What's going on, guys? It's Wagerbomb here, bringing you guys, yes, another Borderlands 2 skill tree build for Maya, the Siren. Alright guys, so like I've said in my previous videos on these builds, it's pretty much what I am going to be building. It's not what I think everyone should go with. These are the skills that I like the best, that I think I will do the best with. You guys can agree with me, like I said, or you can disagree with me, but just write in the comments to let me know what you think or what you would have changed in this build to kind of make it a little bit better. Alright, going through all this, I've checked most of them out, and this is the way I'm going to build my Siren when I start to play on, I'm hoping Tuesday, if I get it on Tuesday. But obviously, first off, you're going to have to go ahead and get Phaselock. Phaselock is the new Siren action skill, obviously. And so what the Phaselock does, it locks onto it locks an enemy into another dimension, preventing him from fighting back for a short while. Some enemies cannot be Phaselocked and instead instantly take damage. Cooldown is 13 seconds. Alright, so what I'm getting from this is that some enemies that can't be Phaselocked, I'm guessing, are like the boss guys or even like the brutes. Well, actually, you probably can get the brutes, but like the badasses and stuff like that probably can't be Phaselocked. Won't find out until we actually get into the game. Alrighty. Now, I went through both, well, all three of her skill trees, the motion, the harmony, and the cataclysm. I'm not going to go through each one of them, tell you what each skill is, because you guys can see this for yourselves. But what I'm going to roll with on my first build is I'm going to roll some points in the cataclysm, motion, and like 2 points in the harmony. So out of these first two in cataclysm, you got flicker, increases your chance to cause status effects with fire, shock, corrosive, and slag guns, which is really good but bad at lower levels because you really don't get really good elemental guns right off the bat. So you also have Foresight, increases magazine size and reload speed for all weapon types. So what I plan on doing, I understand like the Siren's favorite weapons are the corrosive weapons, elemental weapons I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Foresight. So it's going to increase my magazine size, reload speed with all my weapon types. And so throw 5 points in there. I get a plus 20% magazine size and a plus 25% to my reload speed. Alright. And then down in the next level, we have Imolalate, adds fire damage to all your shots fired while in fight for your life. The additional fire damage is based on your damage of the weapon you're firing. Not really a big fan of it because, again, I really don't believe in going down a lot. I like to hang back and try and shoot him from a distance and hide behind cover and stuff like that. Unless I'm playing with a party, then I don't really care because I know that they're going to grab me. And then you also have Helios. Phase-locking an enemy causes a fiery explosion, damaging all nearby enemies. So what I'm going to do is toss 5 points in here. That's going to give me a plus 5 to my Helios damage, or a plus 5 rank. I'm not too sure how that works at the moment, but I will find out once I get the game. So going on to the next level of this skill tree, you have, let's see, Chain Reaction. While you have an enemy phase-locked, all of your shots that hit enemies have a chance to ricochet and hit another nearby enemy. Chain Reaction only works with bullets, so you can't use your grenades, you can't use your rockets. Alright, and then you also have Cloud Kill. Shooting an enemy creates a lingering acid cloud, dealing constant corrosive damage to enemies who touch it. Only one acid cloud can be active at a time. And then you also have Backdraft. Your melee attacks deal additional fire damage. Also, when your shields become depleted, you create a fiery explosion, damaging nearby enemies. Your shields must fully recharge between explosions. Alright, so what I went in this one, I did 5 points into Chain Reaction, so that gives me a plus 40% for each one of my bullets. Each one of my bullets that hit an enemy to ricochet off and hit another enemy, which is badass. And then you also have Cloud Kill. I put one in that one. That gives me a 5-second acid cloud every time I shoot an enemy, which is really good. And then that's really all I put into Cataclysm. I really didn't see much that I liked in there. There are some good ones, don't get me wrong, there are some really good ones in here. But for the build that I'm going for, mostly for, I'm going to use the Siren as support in this game rather than using the soldier like in Borderlands 2. Oh, Borderlands, I'm sorry. So, after I get all that in Cataclysm, I'm going to go roll over here into the motion class. Or motion tree, I should say. And then you got 2 at the top, as always. Ward improves your shield capacity and shield recharge delay. So pretty much as soon as your shields go out, blah blah, depending on how good your shield is to start with, you get a really good boost up. And then you have Accelerate, increases damage and bullet speed with all gun types. So I decided to go with increased damage and bullet speed with all gun types because as a support class, you're obviously playing with other players, so you really don't need to worry too much about your shield because your other buddies should be picking you up every time you go down, if you're going down, that is. So I did 5 points up here in acceleration. Then we drop down here into the next line, and you got Kinetic Reflection, kill skill. After killing an enemy, you gain the ability to deflect enemy bullets, sending them flying toward nearby enemies. You take reduced damage from deflected bullets. Kinetic Reflection only works with bullets. This effect lasts for a short time. And then you also have Suspension. Increase the duration of Phaselock. So this is the one I'm going to go with, is Suspension in this line. Only because I'm increasing the duration of my Phaselock, which I really like it when you get to increase your main power skill. So I did 5. And so that gives me a plus 2.5 seconds to my Phaselock, which I think is pretty badass. Alright, and then I drop down here into the next line. You got Fleet. Your movement speed increases while your shields are depleted. I don't think I really like that too much. And then you have Converge. Action skill Augmentation. Your Phaselock ability now also pulls nearby enemies towards the original target. This deals a small amount of damage to the affected enemies. I think that's pretty badass. I'm going to toss 1 point in there. And then you have Inertia, which is a kill skill. Killing an enemy causes your shields to quickly regenerate and increase your reload speed for a few seconds. So this is the one I picked. So toss all 5 points in there. So now you have plus 4%. Let me retry that again. At 5 points into Inertia, you get regenerates 4% of your shield per second, and your reload speed goes up 50%, which I think is nice. If you remember over here, your reload speed is already at plus 25%, so that's giving you a plus 75% to your reload speed on all guns. Nice. And then you got Quicken, which is my next skill that I obviously choose. Increases the cooldown rate for your Phaselock. And 5 out of 5 in there gives me a plus 30% to my cooldown rate, which drastically brings down the cooldown rate of 13 seconds already. I think it brings it to roughly about 9-10 seconds, I think. I don't know the exact math, I didn't do it. Alright, and then obviously after that, I'm going to go with Subsequence. Action skill Augmentation. When an enemy under the effects of your Phaselock dies, there is a chance for your Phaselock ability to seek out and affect another target. 5 out of 5 points in here gives it a 100% chance to do it. So every time you kill a guy that's in your Phaselock is going to bounce over and go into another guy, and it's going to keep bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. I'm not too sure if it only lasts for however long your Phaselock lasts, or if every time you kill someone, the Phaselock restarts at the beginning time, so you're going to have maximum amount of time for each time you use it. I don't know, won't know until I actually get into game. And then last but not least, I decided to obviously go through this one here, which is an action skill alteration. Phaselock causes enemies to turn on their friends instead of being locked down. Additionally, Phaselock's duration is increased, but so is the cooldown. But if you remember, I'm not too sure what... Oh, there you go. So, Phaselock cooldown goes from 13 to what, yeah, 13 to 16. And so, but 16, I don't want to do the math, screw it. So 16 seconds minus, oh, 30% of 16 seconds, do the math yourself. I don't really want to do it off the top of my head. But you also get a +4 to the Phaselock duration. So you have a +4 here, and you have, where was the other one? Hello? Yeah, there you go. So you have a 4. You have a 6.5 Phaselock duration now. 6.5 second Phaselock duration. That's a bonus on top of your actual Phaselock. So I'm not too sure how long Phaselock lasts at the moment. It's probably just a few seconds because the cooldown rate's so quick. But you have 6 seconds to kill the guy that you have Phaselocked, which I think is pretty badass. And then I have 2 points remaining. And what I ended up doing, I just tossed them right here into the Harmony. And it's just more for the support. So I get 2 life orbs each time I kill an enemy. So that's kind of, I guess, in a way, the way I can justify this as a support class. But that's pretty much the way I'm going to be rolling with this class. At the beginning, I'm going to test out all kinds of different abilities and see what I believe might be the best combination. And I'll update it later on and let you guys know once I actually get into the game to be able to test all these out. But for now, this is what I plan on rolling with. I believe it's going to be the best skill tree for a basic build for anyone who's just starting out. If you guys disagree, if you guys agree, just let me know. I'm here. Rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I hope you guys are really enjoying these. This is the last skill tree build that I can do until we get into game to actually get all this going. So this is probably going to be my last Borderlands 2 video for right now until I get the game on Tuesday. So for now, I hope you guys have a great day. Peace!